Hello there, welcome Genesis Models and welcome to the Lockdown GB. This is update number 6. Now we've got a lot of you guys who have actually finished your build. So let's start off with our first, which is Olly, which is doing a 1 in 10 scale Young Miniatures US Paratrooper 82nd Airborne 1944 Normandy. And as you can see, we've got a load of nice little pictures here. I haven't done one of these myself. Would be interesting to try out one of these types of figures where they, you really sort of can go to town with like flesh and all this good stuff. And as you can see, he's done a really nice job just there. We then have a 148 scale Tamiya HE219A7. That's by GAC, and we did sort of look at this in the build section. As you can see, it's all nicely built. Loving all this camo build, camo kind of color going on here. Loving the spray work. The spray work does look like it's a really nice, neat, smooth job. Got all this lovely detail as well on the nose section. All looking good as always. We then have Steve R. He has done an Israeli main battle tank, and that one was, I think that was, is that by Ming? Not quite sure, but looking really good. Like the nice bit of diorama that it comes with, sort of like nice realistic sand going on here. You can see the treads coming from the minesweeper as well. All lovely detail all over. Nice weathering, nice diorama, nice texture on the tank itself. All looking good. Check that one out for more pictures. We have also, who's this now? This is Gajung. He is doing a 1/72 scale Zvesta MiG-29 SMT. Nice bit of diorama with this as well. Nice Russian flag, nice photography as well. The aircraft itself looks nice and neatly sprayed. Nice decals going down. Couple of figures here as well, just to sort of set it off, as well as more diorama going on as well, and loads of lovely pictures if you want to go check that one out as well. Nice little interesting one here. This is by Deals Wheels, which is he does say it's around about a 1/48 scale ish. It's of a Spitfire Summer, and it's a nice bit of a quacky sort of looking Spitfire, a bit like the egg planes, but it's nice to see something a little bit fun, different. This is something I've always wanted to do but never got around to doing, something like an egg plane. I really should get my hands on one, but nice bit of a fun build, as you can see just there, looking really cool. Really over exaggerated head in the cockpit also for a nice bit of fun. Moving along, we've got some more builds coming in. We've got Ted USA, nice long standing member here. He's doing a Tiger 1 late version. This is by Tamiya 1/35 scale. Right, nice bit of sort of references here along with the kit itself. And then we start getting building. Obviously loads and loads of wheels to do on this. That's the only downside I find with armor really, is the amount of wheels you do, but he's moving along with the build quite nicely. Throws in a nice little tip here as well for us, putting on all these handles here when sort of like cutting them off the sprue, and you got to trim them up, sand them down, make them look nice and everything. Just a nice simple tip. Leave them on the sprue and then glue them actually to whatever hatch or whatever you're gluing it to. Let that nicely dry, nice and rock hard, and there you go. You got something to actually hold it and actually cut these little tabs off when it's nice and dry. Sand it, trim it up, get it all nice and flush, nice and easy. Moving along, we do start seeing some spraying soon, I do believe. Oh no, he's actually putting some track links on there. But moving down, I think he's going for a black basing effect with this one, which is also a technique that I do want to sort of try out in the future and show you guys. It's just a different way of doing pre-shading, but it should be nice to show you guys sometime in the future. And as you can see, he's just moving along with his build, and he does sort of almost get this finished, I do believe. Nice bit of shell impacts as well, showing you that. I do believe it's a nice little tip he picked up recently, and he's trying it out, and it is looking quite good. Again, that's probably something I wouldn't mind showing you guys as well in a video in the future. We do move along, and yeah, we see more of this shell impact with all the decals on it and all this good stuff, and we should see some weathering and should see it sort of starting to almost come to a finish, which hopefully, as you can see here, we're getting all this nice sort of dirty looking rain effects type vehicle all here, and looking rather good. So moving along, we then have something a little bit different here, which is nice to see. You know, we've got all these builds we're doing and everything. It's just nice to see something rather different and trying something out. This is by Chopper Nutter. He's doing like an ornamental stepped chessboard, which is doing it in sort of like a battle board diorama type style, which is quite interesting. It's a good way actually of moving along and sort of trying out a bit of diorama, which, as you can see, it's like a nice sort of almost like a 3D effect type chessboard. But what's really cool is when you start to sort of get this sort of dioramaed up and put all sorts of textures, and he's going to put some, I think he's going to put plants and stuff on here and leaves and all that kind of stuff to really make it into a nice sort of diorama. But this is where he's at so far, which really looking forward to seeing how this one finishes, and I'm sure it would be good to play some chess on as well. So sadly, that is it this week for our update 6 of the Lockdown GB. Again, as always, you know, this GB is going to go on for whenever this whole lockdown sort of finishes, whenever that is. So you're more good to sort of get in. If you want to start one, get in there, start one. If you want to build more and do more than one, that's more than welcome. If you have already started a build, you know what, bring your build over and just start. You know, start wherever you are in the Lockdown GB. You don't have to have a brand new spanking kit and starting it from the beginning. Just everyone just jump in and everyone's welcome. Really relaxing the rules on this one. And as you can see, we've already got 39 topics, 39 people are building. We've already got 14 finished. Let's just all come together, be safe and enjoy the hobby. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.